Thomas and Percy are good friends, but sometimes Percy teases Thomas about being frightened, and Percy teases Thomas about he doesn't like that at all. One evening he was dozing happily in the shed, but Percy wanted to talk. "Wake up, Thomas. Are you dreaming about the time you thought I was a ghost?" "Anyway, I was only pretending to be scared. I knew it was you, really." Percy went on teasing him. Percy teases Thomas about, "I hope the guard leaves the light on for you tonight." "Why?" asked Thomas. "I quite like the dark." "Oh, really?" exclaimed Percy. "I am surprised. I'd always thought you were afraid of the dark." Percy teases Thomas about. 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 I wonder why. Thomas decided to say nothing and went to sleep instead. Next day, the fat controller, a 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 fat controller. "I would like you to go to the harbour tonight to collect something rather unusual."
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Are you feeling it?
What sort of
Are you
something?
feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Are you feeling it?
Wait and see. Percy was moving trucks into a siding. 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 Henry arrived with his goods train. The signalman switched the points and Percy waited on the siding until Henry had steamed by, steamed by, steamed by, steamed by, steamed by, steamed by. Then there was trouble. "The points are jammed," called the signalman. "I can't switch them back. The workmen will mend them in the morning. It's too late. I can't switch them back. The points are jammed. I can't switch them back. The points are jammed. It's too late. The points are jammed." Said Percy's driver. "I'm sorry, Percy, but you will have to stay here for the night." "Where are you going?" asked Percy. "Home for tea," replied the fireman. Percy was speechless. He watched as the other engines went home to the shed, to the shed, to the shed, to the shed. Night time came and Percy began to feel very lonely. "Oh dear," he murmured, "it's very dark." Oh, what's that?" It was only an owl, but Percy didn't realise this. "I wish Thomas was here too," he sighed. Thomas was waiting for his mysterious load at the harbour. Suddenly, there it was. "Cinders and ashes, cinders and ashes," cried Thomas. "Cinders and ashes, cinders and ashes." "It's a dragon." "Don't worry," laughed his driver. "This dragon is made of paper. It's for the carnival tomorrow." Workmen lifted the dragon onto Thomas's low loader and put lights all around it for protection. Then Thomas set off into the misty night. Percy was asleep in his sidings and had no idea that Thomas was approaching him. "Help!" cried Percy. "I'm not going to open my eyes until my driver comes." Next morning, the points were mended and Percy puffed back to the junction. Gordon was just about to leave with the express. "You'll never guess what I saw last night." Gordon was in no mood for puzzles. "I'm a busy engine. I don't have time for your games." "I've seen a huge dragon. It was covered in lights." Gordon snorted. "You've been in the sun too long. Your dome has cracked." When the other engines heard the news, they laughed too. "Look out, Percy," chuckled James, "or the dragon may gobble you up." "No one believes me," puffed Percy. "Maybe I did imagine the dragon after all." But Percy soon found out that he hadn't. "Help! Save me!" cried Percy. "It's all right," whistled Thomas, and he explained about the carnival. "By the way, how was your night out?" Percy decided to tell Thomas the truth. "Well, Percy," said Thomas, "maybe we do get scared sometimes, but if we're not afraid to tell each other, then that means we're quite brave. Not afraid to." Fat controller, fat controller, fat controller, fat controller, fat controller.